Hi guys, sorry I couldn't be there today, but I did want to show you a couple of things about the lesson today, which is basically a respectful task is what chapter 5 is about. Um, I was going to go over a lesson that I do with my students. It's panoramas for digital photography, but one thing I did want to share with you before I get started is in chapter 5, page 59. You guys can all see. There's a nice kind of layout on figure 5.1. It talks about what a respectful task is and why it's important and basically how to engage your students. And I really kind of like that map. I guess it's bulleted little things about it, meaning most often students find meaning in their work when it's engaging or they see value in it. And I guess our struggle is how to make them feel connected to the lesson and get them engaged. On page 62, I don't know if you can see this, page 62 on the left side, towards the bottom, it says, much of the fine art of teaching comes in figuring out how to deliver the curricular fundamentals in a way that are irresistible to young minds. The way I try to do this is kind of showing them other artists' artwork and getting them excited about the artwork and then being able to teach them how to create their own in a similar way, but with still giving them their own options on how to create it, or they get to choose what they photograph. So one thing I want to show you is a website by the artist Sam Ron. He does panoramas, so it's just Sam Rohn, and here's the website, 360 panoramic photography. And what you can see is, this one's of New York City, that this right here, this part of the road is actually continues right here. It's a straight road, but doing a 360 degree picture, it makes it look like it's actually curved. Same with this. This rug is actually straight, but when you do 360, it shows it round. Usually when I show the kids these pictures, they get really excited about it because it's something that you're not usually seeing, just being 360, how it distorts the picture, kind of plays with the mind. So if you click up here, if you go to the website, which you could at a later time, is he has a whole bunch of examples of all the pictures that it was scrolling through. Really excellent work. And then another type of photograph he does is sometimes what he calls mini planets. It's under panoramic photography here. And the reason he calls it mini planets, which you'll see, is they kind of look like planets. It's 360 degrees, but then it's rotated to make it circular. So you can see the whole skyline. He was probably standing in the middle here when he took the photos, and then you can twirl it in Photoshop, and I'll show you how to do that to create these mini planets, as he calls them. Some of my favorite ones are, you can twirl it the other way so that the land is outside and the sky's on the inside. So this one of Philadelphia and the love statue. Pretty cool stuff. Another one that's a lot of fun, pretty much all of these, but here's one of a mini golf, I think it is, or just the statue or the sign entering Las Vegas, Nevada. And then these two are quite interesting because it's the same photographs but two different techniques. If you notice, the tree right here is the same tree right here on that one. So you have the one that looks like a mini planet that he did. And then in Photoshop, you can also do this technique where it's on the inside, the sky's on the inside. And that's that same tree. You just get a different effect. Many different options on how to do this project. This one's in the interior of a building. Looks like a cathedral of some sort. So you can get more abstract images as well. The students usually become pretty excited when they see these kind of photographs, excited to do their own photographs. One technique I teach them is that this photograph is actually what's called an HDR, which is a high dynamic range photograph, where each photograph that you take, so this would have been one photograph, second one, third, and then they're pieced together. Each one of them is considered a high dynamic range photograph, and the program that they use is called Photomatix, and I will show you. It says load bracketed photos. What that means is you're going to take 3 photographs, one that's overexposed, underexposed, and properly exposed. So let me see if I can find these photographs for you. Photo 2. Here it is, HDR, which is high dynamic range photographs. And I have 3 Coke cans that I took a picture of. You can see that this one's overexposed, properly exposed, and underexposed. So I'm going to choose those 3 photographs, load them into my program, and then click OK. And make sure that I click on Remove Ghosts and hit Pre-Process. It's going to create an image that uses all 3 of those exposures to create a photographic image that's, I would say, more contrast, more values than your normal photograph. Almost makes it look a little painterly in its effects. So this might take a minute. Here we go. Okay, here's our image. As you can see, you kind of have different values, high contrast, and over on the right side, the program actually provides you with different settings that you can choose to use for your high dynamic range image. Really, you can choose any of these, but when you go to do your panorama, if I were to do a whole set of these, I would have to pick the same one for all of them. So I'm going to choose this one. I just like the coloration, the amount of contrast I get, and I would hit process, and it would save the image. They're going to use this technique when they go to use or do their panorama. Okay, so that's one way that you would create an HDR image. Now moving on to the HDRs, and I'm going to show you examples that the students already did right up here, panoramas. And let's see, I'll go to the printed ones for now. Here's a great example. This student chose to do one in the gym, and as you can see, they used that HDR type image where you get the high contrast, get the different values, but you can also see that right here, this was actually a straight line, as well as this one, but doing the 360 degrees, it kind of warps the image and creates almost a new space that we've never seen before, even though it's a commonplace to us, the auditorium or the gym. Another, let me see. Oh, this one's a lot of fun. This one is of the football field, and what you can see is by going 360 degrees, you have the stadium seating on both sides and the field in the middle, and it almost looks like this stadium seating is curved and as if it were on the same side. However, he's just standing in the middle of the stadium seating, and it curves around him because it's 360 degrees. So this up here is actually the same as over here, the same part, just stretched. Let's see, another one. This one worked well as well. So
I have a student willing to put together some of those canisters. Do we have any more caps? 'Cause we're out of caps.